Okay, I'm recording it fresh. So let's start it. Today's session definitely it would be very useful for you. So thing is, many times we need to depend on what is that, friends? We need to depend on something called. Okay, let's start it. So this is what we are talking here: student database usage project. Of course, you can create a project 1 or something, and you can start working on that. Or else, I'll do one thing. I'll create one more Python package. Okay, and then just create it as a project 1, right? And we are talking about data usage project. This is something, and also just to again discuss more in depth, I did one more thing yesterday. I collected a real time data from online. You can see this is a real time. This is stock details. Even with this, you can do automations. Once you get this stock, I'll talk about it as a second project, not now. But I just gathered it anywhere in the internet. If you just type Tata shares or Tata stock, you get this. Right? I'll talk about this again. Right? How you can play with data, how you can do analysis, how you can create charts, and how you can make decisions. Right? All that you are going to understand. So now you can. I'm just copying this to here as this thing. Now yesterday, what is the requirement? This is the one we had implemented. What is that? So we have used student Excel. I think I have opened it, right. This is the Excel, small piece of data, right, with project name, library, and transport and teaching info, and it has folders like this. So we had already discussed about all this. Anyone who missed yesterday's session, just go through the recording. I think I didn't upload the last 2 sessions. I'll do that. Occupied these days, but okay, I'll do that probably today. Now coming to this. So point is, I asked you to generate a dictionary like this, right? So that what we did, we imported pandas and we tried to read that Excel and it converted into a student data frame. Mm. And from that student data frame, we try to read project name and then folders and then size and ZB, all that. And we created a project list, all this. So that is one requirement. Okay. So next one today, what we want to do is we want to do something. So converting all this into a dictionary, this data into a dictionary like this. Library should have all library details. Transport should have all transport details. Teaching should have all teaching details. This is one thing, converting to a tuple. There is another simple process where we can read this data from the Excel, all this data, and all library data we can put it into one dictionary, all transport into one nested dictionary, all teaching info into one nested dictionary. So these are all the folders and this is the size, right? So the simple approach here is, so continuing to yesterday's session, we can do this. I'm just giving you background so that if anyone missed it. So easiest way is, instead of going with all this, okay, whatever we do is it's a good learning. Everything is a learning. So you definitely came across something new with this. You learned how to extract a column from a data frame from yesterday's session. So definitely it's a new learning for us. So we don't need to think anything. I mean, waste or we are learning something unnecessary. You got it right. Okay, but now I don't want to use this approach. I don't want to iterate all these three lists and construct a dictionary here. I don't want to do that. So what I want is, there is a much more easier process. I just did a little research yesterday. I found much more easier one. Even with this approach also, I can do that. I can construct a dictionary like this, converting to lists like this, each of that column to list. And now I can iterate this list and I can create or construct a dictionary as we expected here. But there is much more simpler way. right? What is that simpler way? Here you have this one, right? Data frame, right? Which got data frame something is directly generated. If anyone missed it, you don't need to confuse anything. I just read a dictionary, right? Sorry, I just read a Excel. That Excel is some location. I just pass the path of that Excel. That's all, and just pass that to a method in Pandas, that is read Excel. That will automatically read the data from the Excel in this from this Excel and convert this Excel into a data frame. Data frame is simply a table, like a table in SQL. If anyone is new, it is like a table in SQL. Whatever the columns you are seeing in Excel, all that columns again are converted to columns in a data frame. Here, all those get converted to columns in a data frame. And here it is much more easier. If it is data frame, you can easily extract each column just saying data frame of that column name, something like you can see the column name here, project name, folders, size in CP. And while you extract it, you can convert it to any of the required types. You can convert that data column data to a tuple or a list or whatever you want. For now, I converted to tuple. This is the one we did yesterday. This is a something little hectic process. This needs a little more energy to create, to construct a dictionary like this. Still, I will do that. I will show you both the approaches because you need to get that understanding how to iterate all this and how to construct a dictionary. First, I will do. First one is I will follow a simple approach. This also gives you a little deeper understanding of working with data frames. So what is the easiest process instead of iterating these three lists and constructing a dictionary? The easiest process is you have student data frame, right? This one. Just apply iterator. You know, right? We know how to iterate data. On this student data frame, apply iterator. Then automatically, while iterating, we can extract each column in much more easier process. You got it right? Right, let me show you. So this is your data frame. Let me print and show once. So this is your data frame, right? You don't need all this. You don't need to print all this as well. But of course, it's okay to print, no problem. Let me run it now. Let me show how your data frame look like. Same what you see in Excel, same thing is printed here. That's all. It's little taking time. You can see, of course, I'm not printing data frame. I'm printing type of data frame. Okay, let me print data frame. Then you can see all that data we try to read from Excel, all that data in data frame. Let me run this now. See, you can see here in whatever you see in the Excel, whatever columns you see in the Excel, same you see in a data frame in the form of a table format here. Even data frame has indexing. See here, it has default indexing starting from 0. Got it right? So now what is the point is this data you should iterate. Simple. To iterate it, see what is that you should do for loop for row in. So you have two things here. One, just a minute, friends. In the output, observe here. You have index and you have rows. Observe this carefully. In this data frame, you have index. Always make sure index also is one. It acts as one data, and remaining is row, your actual data. So if you want to skip index, simply you can do one thing because we don't need index here, right? What is that you need? You need this row, this one, this library, this transport, all this data we need. We don't need index here. So in that case, what you can do, you can simply, if you want to skip something, just say underscore there, comma, and then read the remaining row. After index, what is the rest of the thing is row. Your project name. Row means collection of columns, right? So one row means collection of all three columns here. So when you iterate, now you are iterating this data frame, all this data. We have almost 16 rows, including header. If you exclude header, we have 15 rows. Means this row iterate for 15 times. Even including this one, 16 times it will iterate. Every time it iterate, what is that we are going to do? We are going to fetch project name, folder name, and this one. It's much more easier for us. So how do you do for underscore comma row in which one? Student data frame dot. There is a method here like items in dictionary. What method do we have? We have iterate rows, this method. And this method helps us to iterate row by row from a dictionary. You got it right, friends? So this is your dictionary, sorry, from a data frame. From a data frame, I'm correcting my statement from a data frame. So this whole is one data frame, friends. Let me just take this. Let me give a very detailing understand, deeper understand. I am using a paint for this. I'm going to a paint. Let me show you. Understand this clearly, because once you understand this, you can play left and right on that data. So you can take anything of your choice. I'm taking this one, and inside this, I'm trying to paste this data, or if not this, take this one, something which accept text, copy this data from here and put it here. See, this should be fine. This is something looking like a data in a structured format. See here. This is indexing. We don't need index friends. We need to skip it. So we are just putting underscore here. Now, what iterate ITR rows does? It will iterate row by row. First it iterates row one. This is row one, row two, row three, row four, row five, row six, like that. So this is what iterate rows will do. It just iterates it row by row here. So that's what it is doing here. Otherwise, you can do one thing. Just do one thing. For more clarity, first print iterate rows and see what it returns. And see what this returns. This is not returning anything. Let me just see. Remove this colon here. Yeah, let's print it. Now let's print and see. Let's see last data. Observe the last data. See what iterate rows is doing. It is converting that whole columns into tuples. You can see. Same thing we did here. See, same thing. Just a minute, friends. It is converting to a generator. Okay, then what is that I should do if it is a generator, not tuple? This is something we created. Sorry, I misread the output. So we have tuples. Let it be. It created a generator here. Let us print iterate generator and see for row in right. So what is that I should do? This generator means right. It has some data inside that. That data we have to convert it to some kind of this thing. That is one thing, or else we can iterate generator. So that is what we are doing anyhow. Let us just it is creating a generator object. Even we are doing, if it is generator, we don't have a choice. We have to iterate it or convert it to some explicit collection like list or tuple or set or something or dictionary. Okay, let's iterate it. Let's not do get into the too much of that. For underscore comma row in this generator have all that data inside that, all your data frame data inside generator object. Now we are iterating generator. So what's happening here? Why hyphen this underscore or this one? This is for index. By default in this data frame we have index as a first column. So just to avoid reading index, we just put underscore there. Just it is like a placeholder just to ignore that. We don't use this underscore anywhere. So that is why I'm placing this. I hope this is clear. Next one is row. Row means it try to read this the other part of that, the entire row here. Now what is that I'm doing now? First thing, project name equal to row. This row has all these three things. To get each value from that row, you can pass the header name here. If you pass header name here, it gets you that project name. Okay, and then second thing, again, folder, okay, in equal to, you can say a row of, it's a so simple process, friends. Row of what? A row of, you can just pass what is that? Folders. And third thing, what is third thing? You can use simply just when you say this, it will automatically get a column from that row. Project name, this is whole row. You can see in the paint here. This, where is this? This whole part you can see here. This whole part is one row. Now when I say row of project name, it gets from the first row, it gets library. When I say row of folder, it gets CSC, that folder name. When I say row of size in ZB, it gets this size likewise. So next one, size info. You can simply say size info equal to, you can just mention here, what is it, friends? This should be very, these whatever column names you are passing, they should be exactly matching with what you read from the Excel. Got it right? Any slight change in this column names is not going to return you expected or expected data. So make sure these column names are exactly matching with the names in the Excel. That is important, friends. Maybe you try to have a different name and see if it is working or not. Just check it out. That's all, friends. Okay, now here this is this slight indentation is missing. So that error is that. Okay, now this is how you should read this data now. Now simple. Now we try to extract project name, folder name, size in ZB. But if you look at this Excel, right? We don't need project name repeated for how many times? We don't need to repeat it for 1, 2, 3, 6 times. Your output can be simply like this. What is that? Your output can be library followed by that key and that folder and value size. Right? Again, comma, again folder and value, comma folder and value, something like this. It has to be like this. You don't need to say library colon each time. You don't need to pass library repetitively, because for this whole data, for this all 6 rows, right? For all 6 rows, library just need to repeat for one time. That is enough. You don't need to repeat it for 6 times. So for that, once you get here in the code, what you can do simply, you can make sure that this project is added to dictionary only for one time. Rest of the things are inserted multiple times. For that, what is that you should do? Simple. First thing, so you have to do one thing now. What is that? First, you have to create a dictionary to add all this data. So what is that you should do? To construct dictionary, you can do one thing. You can create a dictionary name here. What is that? Student dict. You remove this, not needed. Student dict. You can directly convert data frame to dictionary as well. I'll talk about it after that. Now I created empty dictionary. Now what I am doing now, I'm just making sure that I'm adding I'm adding a key to the dictionary first. So what is that for? So some, not for friends, if project name not in student underscore dict. So how when should I add this project name to this dictionary? If it is not there in this, then I should add that here. Let me try to add it. Okay. So here, student dict of. This is how we can create a dictionary. Dict of some project name. So pass project name as key here. You got it right? Equal to assign empty list to that. So here, key is not repeated in dictionary. We had discussed about dictionaries, if you remember. If once you add a key to a dictionary, it won't keep on adding. Even if you add it also, nothing happens. But for first time, you should just initialize this dictionary with this key with some list here. Enough, that is enough. You got it right, friends. So what this code is doing, this is adding a key to the dictionary. Let me show you the process, internal process. So what happens here is I'm adding a comment here to this. It creates data like this to this student dictionary. When we run that, it creates a library, something like that, colon. It creates what is that? This one like this, a list like this. And this library have list of all those what is that? Folder and size in ZB, those values. Let me start working on, let me add that and you can see that in the output. Okay, let's do that now. Now, once this is done, this initialization, if you do it for one time, it is enough. You don't need to do this initialization multiple times. Even without this condition check, you can do that. Every time what it does is it try to create an empty one, but that initialization, we are just doing it for one time and adding a key to that. Along with that, an empty list is created. Now, what is that we do? We simply do one thing. We try to get that what is that here, student dict. To this list, I have to add all these key value pairs. This folder name and size in GB means how many are there from the Excel. You can see one key value pair, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 key value pairs are there. All that 6 key value pairs should be added to that list here. So how do you add it? Simple, right? Simple. You can say student dict, student underscore dict of that project name. Okay. You can directly take project name equal to. So what you can do, otherwise you can directly apply here because you have a list as a value, right? You have a list as a value, right? So this is empty list. If you want to append something, you can do one thing. What is that? When you say dict of key, it returns value. You can say on that dot, you can say append. What is this? This is more or less trying to add the values directly to this list. How I am adding here in the append method, right? If it is just a key value pair, it's always a good habit, always a good approach to add a key value pair in one tuple. How to add that? Adding this key value pair in one tuple. So now what I am doing, we created empty dictionary and we initialize that key and with a list like this, right? And here key is the key of the dictionary and this list holds all that key values, that folder and size of that. Okay. So here just pass folder info, comma, another one is size info. This is a simple way of constructing a dictionary from the existing data. Okay. Here just change this to sizing. I think I didn't modify that. And here just change this to sizing. Pass it here. Now this is enough, friends. So when you look at it, we are first step one, iterating data frame, extracting project name, folder name, and size of each row. But while constructing dictionary, we don't need to write project name multiple times. If you add it for one time, it is enough. So we are doing one time initialization of what is that key along with empty list. To this empty list of that key, we add all that data, all that data of some project here, right? This is, we are doing this dynamic way, in a dynamic way. So now finally we created, this is over. dictionary should get created with this approach. So let's run it and see. Let me show you. Print off. Now what do you do? So student print it. When you print it, you get all that data. What data? Not just for one project. You have details for all three projects, friends. Don't think that this works for one project. I spoke about first one, library. Similarly, what it will do, if library is done, right? If it is always if project name is library, it will try to add that data to which one, to the library list. Similarly, it creates two more lists. What is that? One list for one more is what? Transport, and one list for teaching info. Of course, these are in organized order. These are in proper order here. Even if it is not in order, still your data will be going to the proper dictionary here, proper key. All that library data goes to library key. All that transport data goes to transport key. All that teaching info goes to teaching key and that dictionary. Got it right, friends? You don't see any messing up here. You got it right, friends? Let me run and show you so that you get some idea first. Now you can see this is actually the dictionary created by us, constructed by us. Maybe let me show you in the notepad so that you get a better idea. Where is our running notes? Let me put it in running notes and show it. See, all that library data is added to the list of like, see, all books information. See, all transport got updated to transport. See, and again after that, again all teaching info got updated to teaching. Here, this is key. This whole list is a value. Again inside that list there are tuples. This is list of tuples. And this is how generally we try to create a dictionary when you work in project. Of course, this value might change. Value can be a list or a tuple, or it can be another dictionary. Sometimes we can also make this as the dictionary also. It's up to us. You got it right. So this is how you can create it. Now already this is segregated information. See, so library has all library information, and transport has all transport information, and teaching info has all teaching info information. You might get it out because this records in Excel is in order, as they are in proper order. So are we getting this output in order? See, this code, you might read that your data might be in any order. Suppose some library rows are at the end. Let me just interchange that data for you. I'll do one thing. Let me shuffle that data in the, where is that Excel? Let me just open that. You might shuffle data. Suppose you take this last 4 rows and you put it at the end. Still, all that data get into what? Goes, library data goes into the library, that key with library list. Got it right, friends? So here you can take up to, yeah. See, now I'm just adding like this. See this? I can remove last 4 rows, no problem. And this is a shuffle data. Now just run the code. This is in some path, and we are reading this file itself from the Python program. Now when I shuffle data, still all that library data goes into the library list only. That is how this script works, friends. Right click and run this now. You get same output. Even you put in any order, you can see. Right, let me copy this and you can observe this. Here, in whatever shuffled order that data is, we don't need to care about it. Here, what key we are passing and how that we are linking data to that key is important. Just keep in mind. Okay, now you see here again after shuffling data, you see the same result, same dictionary. You don't see an iota of change here, right? You don't see any change here. Only thing is you need to get to this level. What is that level? How to construct dictionaries like this? For that, you need to have a deeper understanding about data structures. Trust me, data structures have a lot of importance when you work in projects. So all that you improve with practice, friends. That's all. Nothing. There is no other solution. Simple. No other this thing. Okay. I hope you got idea here. How to construct what a dictionary from Excel and convert and link data like this according to projects. Right. So how do you link the all that data to some key like this as per project? Here you can see all library data is linked to library, all transport data is linked to transport key, and teaching info data is linked to teaching info. You can see here, this is task 2. We are done with task 1, and task 2 is this: read data from Excel and converted dictionary project wise. So that we did now, but maybe I put dictionary here, and here in this code we are using this one. Maybe if you want that also to be dictionary, I can do that. I can make changes to the code. Right? So, okay, fine. Next requirement, task 3 for you. Maybe you can give a try on this. What is task 3? Now, so this is task 3, friends. What is the task 3? Simple. I want project hyphen size of, just total size of all folders, total size of all folders. I don't need. So finally, I just want to know at a high level how much size my project is consuming. I don't want folder wise information. See, if you look at this data, this is each folder wise sizes is added here. For CSE books, this folder is occupying 50 GB in the database. Triple E books is occupying 100 GB in the database. IT books occupying 30 GB in the database. This is fine. Okay, we don't have any problem with that. But as a end user, right? I am someone having the product as a product owner. I don't want this much information on a high level. I just want a simple analysis. What is that? What is my project? And how much, what is the total size it is occupying, irrespective of what folders it is. So this is what, as a product owner, I want to know about it. As a student owner or that organization owner, I just want this first. So here, project 1, that is library, right? And total size of that library project is occupying. Similarly, what I want transport and total size of that project occupying in database. Okay. And third one, teaching info and total size of teaching info. It is occupying in database. I want this first. So this is my analysis. Again, again later, what I want is I want to know which folders are occupying highest size. Right? After once I get this, again I need one more requirement. What is that? Which folders occupying highest size? So you have so many folders and sizes, right? So CSE books is 50 GB, Triple E books is occupying 100 GB, IT books is 30 GB, all this. At least another requirement is that we'll talk about it. First, let's work on task 3. This is task 3. We worked on first 2 tasks. What are those 2 tasks? Task 1 is read Excel using Python and display data project wise. We did that. And second requirement is task 2, creating a dictionary in this format. We created that. Right. This is task 2. And task 3 is this. Would you like to do that? I am sharing the code with you. You can give a try on that task. Following, right? This is something which I am using in my project, friends. Maybe if you ask me, I'm using that in my project. Understood, right? So take that. It might seems to be simple one, but all these use cases are something which are utilized regularly. You got it right? If you don't understand, only thing you have to do is go back to the previous session and just understand that and come here and try to work on this. I will also show you how to construct a dictionary using this tuple or list also. From that also how you can simplify it. I'll show you. That is another learning curve for you. Okay, we did one way. There is another way also. Whatever you try, everything is a new thing and everything is a kind of learning. So what is required? Task 3 for us? Task 3 is I need output like this, or I need a simple dictionary like this. What is that dictionary? Dictionary should be key and total size of that project. Means what you have to do? You have to iterate this list here and get this, find the sum of all these what sizes. That gives you total size. There are different ways you can do. What is that? You can do something called dictionary dict comprehension, or you can iterate it and play with it by applying items, iterating over this. There are different ways, and this itself is a big learning. Here you can apply how many our concepts you want. You can apply, friends, right? So we'll try to at least apply. Let's see how you can create multiple approaches from this simple project. Okay, shall I do this task 3 now? Shall we continue with this task 3? Let's do that now. So open this one. What is task 3 now? So simple. Let's just keep this code aside. Also, one more thing is here I am doing it straight away, but when you are working in a project, this is not at all something you need to do. You have to create methods, and each task you have to converting data to dictionary. This you have to do one method. That makes more sense to us. Okay. So anyhow, we'll also add that approach at the end of these discussions. Once you get that logic, how you are trying to read data from Excel, and how you are extracting data from data frame, and how you are constructing dictionaries from data frame, right? And once you get all that, then we also see how to add that method approach in our code. Okay. Next one. Next task is what? Task 3. Any question from anyone?
Manoj, can you paste this code first? This one, this part.
Yeah, I think I just pasted it, Adish. Can you see here?
Yeah, can you do the in code snippets because it is coming in a single line. The below you have a is there, right? That A button.
This one, huh?
Yeah, then code snippet. Yeah, click that one.
You need to. Yeah. Yes, Adish. We
Yeah,
clicked on
just
it. You want me
then
to
code.
paste now?
Yeah, just paste into that code snippet. Yeah, that this also.
So all the
Then
time
if
it's even then
yeah.
it's showing the same, right? See,
Let me see because it is difficult to read.
I got it. Actually, earlier there is something went wrong. Code blocker. Let me create like this. Even now it's not
Yes.
getting like that. Something had changed. Is
So
it
did
on?
no. Did you can you click that one the A button? No, wait. Oh, and from the top there is a three dots are there, right?
Yeah. I'm
Then go
clicking
to
on that
code snippet. Go to the code snippet. No.
code
Code snippet.
snipper. Okay.
Snip. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Now paste it here. Now insert. Yeah. Now it will come.
Okay. Let's send me. Getting it? See there?
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. It works.
Yeah. Then we should be fine. Take it, friends. Take that. Test it. Now let us see how many approaches you can apply on this simple this thing. Okay. Now from this you can work at least couple of days on this simple data. Got it right? Let me show you. First thing, what is task? Task is sum of sizes according to as per project or project wise sum. Best word is project wise sum. Okay, of all folders. That's it. Now let us take this as task. Now, simple. This is so simple. Now add this here. Okay. So we are working on some mini project only. You don't need to think. Program and project seems to be simple. This is something I'm working from months together. Trust me. And only the data part changed, but work part didn't change. Okay. Now see here. Okay, we have added this. Now, what is that you should do? We have already student dictionary with all the data here. You have already seen that here. Okay, we don't need it twice. Okay, now what is that you should do? Already we have dict here. Use this dict which we got in the second phase into the third phase. That is how functions work. You get this actually this whole code goes into one function. Let me add functions. Let me start adding functions as well so that you get a real programming experience. Okay. So now what you can do first thing, reading Excel, you can simply say def. Okay. Get underscore or create data frame or anything, it should be fine. Read Excel, you can simply say get data. I'm just adding a method like this. And to this, I should pass what? I should pass. No need. We can directly read it from the main method. Okay. We just leave it to the main. This has to go to the bottom first. Where this has to go? All this has to go to the bottom. I'll do one thing. Cut from here. Create a main function. What is that main function? If single quotes underscore name equal to underscore. This is how we create a main method in Python. And both sides apply underscore. Don't apply hyphen, it won't work. Colon. Now this is like a driver program, and the start of this you put it in the driver here. So this is step one. You got data frame. Now second thing, now you want to read data from data frame. You want to create lists like this, right? So to create lists, you can create a method. Simple. Once you know everything, you can easily extract. You can remove this, and also this importing should be always at the top, friends. It has to be there only. Now create a simple function def, and you are reading data frame, right? Read student or get. You can follow any of this process. A camel case or all lowercase. Get student data, right? And then to this you have to pass a data frame. Put df here. So whatever data you are using, that you pass as a parameter name. Okay. So this is simple function. You can also add to be more clear column wise. So I want this data column wise. So you can add this column wise as well. So when you look at method name, you should understand what that method is doing. And to this, we are taking what we are using data frame. You can pass method as the parameter as data frame. Finally, we created all these three, right? So this is we'll use it in some other requirement. Okay. For now, just keep them as is. I will show you how to construct a dictionary even by having separate tuples for each column. I will show you that also. Finally, once you construct method like this, when you are using in any project, that should return data. Now you populated all these lists with this data, right? Project names and folder names, all that. Now you have to return all this. That is important in a project. Okay. So here, return that project list, return that folder list, return that which one? This one. So this itself, what we do, whatever till you have learned is more than enough for you to work on some project, friends. Trust me, that functions knowledge and this data structures knowledge and loops knowledge, all that basics, fundamentals knowledge. This is enough to start working, right? Fine. Also, always make sure you follow what is that exception handling. So always add that try and catch thing into your code. Okay, that is always a good habit to implement error handling. What is that? Except what is that I should use here? Again, I forgot that. So exception. Okay, exception as EXR. So you can simply say print EX dot something is there. Okay, you can directly print EX, no problem. Or otherwise, you can also say dot underscore name. Something should be there with underscore. Okay, I'll just check and get back to you first. For now, add this. Okay, and finally, you should return all this here. And at the end, for safer side, you should say return none. That's how you have to. And return has to be always done in the try block itself with actual return. If that is missing, an alternative one you have to add here as return none. That's all, friends. So this is a simple, perfect way of creating a method here. You can see when you look at method, you can easily understand what this is doing. Get student data column wise or column wise student data. You can name as you like. It's up to you, which makes more sense. That's all. Next after that, second one, this one. What is that? What we are doing, convert data to a dictionary. So again, create a function here, def, and directly you can create a function. Convert to dict. You can create a function which makes more sense like that. Okay. And then now for this, what is the input? Again, for this, the input is data frame. Or you can make more sense. What data frame? Student TF. You can add like this. This makes more sense. When you look at it, you understand what data is coming as well. Right. So just name this as student TF. And then now add all this. First thing, first handle your indentation. Make sure you just add indentation properly. I have added that. So see how beautiful this is once we convert the code to methods. And same thing again. Everything is same. Just only thing what? I added a method and just pushed my code to have a proper indentation into each function. Right? And now finally, all this has to be there. You remove this. This doesn't, we don't need that here. And even we don't need to print this here. And all this is fine. Finally, what is that I want? Once this is constructed dictionary, I can simply say return. What is that I should say? Return student dict. I will show you how to add logging in when you work in a project. Prints are okay to have while testing when they are needed while testing your program. Okay to have while testing. But in majority of the cases, in most of the cases, we add logging. We don't use prints. Not most of the cases. In 100% cases, logging is must. Now, printing is optional. You add it or not, nobody is going to ask you. Even without prints, you can use debugging and do all that checks, right? If data is coming properly or not. But logging is must when you are working in a project. For that, you have to use logger class. I'll show you that also. If I forget tomorrow, remember me. Okay, please remind me tomorrow. I'll show you that. So all of this is good, right? Now we created data frame and then we created methods. Now what we do first thing, you don't need to call this one. We didn't work completely on this method. We can leave it for now. we already implemented converted to, right, student data to dict. This should fine. This makes more sense, right? Now call that, right? So now here you are converting that to this requirement is whatever you are reading from the Excel and converting data frame, that data frame passed to this method. This is how people implement their project, right? And what is the return type of this? This returns a student dict, right? Here, assign some variable here to that. So maybe you can just make a small change. Otherwise, student dict equal to. So what is that data is getting converted, all that Excel or data frame data getting to dict here. And we are getting that. Here you can print, what is that? You can print student dict. This makes more sense, right? This is how you have to convert your code from what, friends? From a freestyle code. Whatever the kind of code I wrote is a freestyle. Now I converted this to a proper modularized approach. We are adding a proper modularity in the code. So this is how you have to build the code. And you see, now it looks much better than the previous freestyle code. Got it right, friends? So here also, instead of these many comments, if you want to make it look better, use multi-line comments. When you have so many comments in your code, right? Group of bunch of comment lines, then put it in a multi-line comment. It appears much more beautiful to your code. See, now when I remove all those hashes, it looks more beautiful here. See, this is how you have to, what is that you should do? You have to organize code. Fine. This is all some useful things for you. I think there is some error in the code. You can see there is error here. Let us see what is that error. So the error is we didn't add something. Missed something here. Data frame. Student, we can get it directly here. We have to just change this. Okay. Instead of folders list, put it as size type. Okay, that error is removed now. Now you can test the code, friends. And just don't print here. We are printing in the driver program in the main method. So I am removing this main here, this print here. Okay, let's run this now. Finally, run it. Check if it is working or not first after making changes. Taking time. Why so much of time? Or it's ran completely. Let me run it again. So it's finished. Some it's not getting the output. Yeah, why it will come? It won't come, right? Main driver program itself is not started. You can see that underscore I didn't put properly. That's why it's not working. This time it should work. Even now it's not working. Huh? Just a debugger. We'll fix it. Not a big deal. Let's just see if this is coming to this point or not. I doubt with this only. With this main check. Okay. So let me quickly go to which one. You don't need all these things, right? So let's get into this. What is that? Main check in Python. Just ask ChatGPT instead of going name equal to, yeah, I should remove this quotes here and for name. That's why it's throwing error. It's not working. It's not throwing error, but it's not working. You can remove comment this breakpoint here. Now run this. Should work. See, finally we got it right. We got the output. So it's working fine, friends. Hope all this is fine, right? Again, I'm sharing this also with you. this refined code with you. I think here to share this, let me see if it is working same way. No, I have to share this as a code snippet. Earlier it's working directly without all this. I don't know why. Maybe we'll do later that analysis. We have so much to discuss now. Insert. Now you have proper code. Take that, friends. Right, this is the one. Now task 3. Is it okay for you to spend few more minutes or shall we do it tomorrow? I'm okay to do that. But are you okay to stay and listen to that is my question. Anyway, if anyone has problem also, we'll stop. Just please let me know in the chat box. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. We'll do tomorrow, Manoram. So we'll follow that. So shall I continue? Make it fast, friends. Make it quick. So now task 3, create a div here. What is the function we should create now? Get size. Get. So function name project size. Project total project size. I'll just add like this total project size. Okay. To this you have to pass again same old what, either you can pass this dictionary. Okay, pass dictionary here. See, one output for in one iteration is input for next iteration. See, get it right. This is how a real code works. Whatever output one function returning, that acts as input to next another function. That's how there will be subsequent dependency of one method on another method. You got it right, friends. So now I'm trying to get total project size here. So now first thing is, what is that we need now? We need another dictionary. So project underscore size dict, simply speaking dict equal to an empty dictionary like this. Even this is how we code regularly, friends. Trust me. Right? If you want to see like how all this implementation is done, right? You can come to my home. I'll show you. Okay. Not to violating any policy, but for you to get a quick idea. Got it right? Now, see this. This is one. Next after this, what we got student dict as we are passing this whatever we got from this function as output. We should pass this as input to this method. Now, assuming keeping the student dict in mind, you have to start doing the coding. This one in mind, you have to implement all this code, friends. Maybe if you think it's difficult for you to go and come back, you can do one thing. You first until the development, you can add the whole dict here. Whatever you got as output, you can just add that here. Okay, maybe you can break down as well just to keep seeing that. Just for your convenience, I'm showing you. You can do this. You don't need to go to Notepad and again come back. You don't need to do that to and fro jumps from your screen. You don't need that screen jumps. Okay. Now, what is that I should? It's very simple. Just to split this dictionary by items, by key and value. First, that is what first thing you should do. Step 1 is what in on this dictionary. First thing you should do is step 1 is creating empty dictionary. Step 2, what is step 2? Split dictionary by key and value. And to do this, already we had a very detailed discussion in our previous classes when while discussing dictionaries. What is that you do for project? The first, all keys are project. So give that project dummy variable name as project comma, and then what is the other thing? You have folder and size here. So next one is a folders underscore size, means it represents both. Okay. In which one? In this dictionary, if you just pass dictionary, it won't work. If you want to put keys and values, you should say dot items. Here it won't show IntelliSense because still we are not passing data, right? We are assuming and working on this parameter. Okay. Now this is step 1. Next after that, What is that we should do? Once we split that key and value. So you simple, same thing what we did here. First, you should extract that key, right? All that keys should go to this project here. You can simply add that keys to this. So how simply here that project, you can directly say equal to, then what is that you should do? You have to assign some value, but for now you don't have any values, right? So just create an empty, anything empty here, right? The student of proj, sorry, there is some small error. Copy this completely and pass it here. Right, we got project. Otherwise, you keep it as a last thing. Constructing dictionary, keep it as a last thing. Before that, what is that you should do? You should again iterate this. This is a list and get all these sizes and add those sizes. That is what you should do. So step 2 is you can construct this part later. Once you know, second part is, first part is key. Key is library, this project name. Second part is list. So in this, that list will be assigned to which one? To folder size list is assigned. So you know, right, when we apply items, it is split into key and values. That library or that transport these keys goes into the first parameter, and second parameter has all these lists. Of course, not all at a time, one by one. Now you know, second one is list. Again, you iterate that list. When you iterate, you know, inside this list again there is a tuple, right? Inside list again there is a tuple. So you should remember one thing, for what is, for some tuple in which one, in folder size. This has all that list, and you know, inside list we have tuples, right? So this is how you have to keep on playing with data, friends. Same thing you can apply comprehensions and make it much more simpler. I will show you all that. I will show you. I will just give you multiple ways of implementing your code. That itself is enough for you. You don't need to, even when you attend interview also, you can answer without any hesitation. You can tell him all these approaches. Definitely, I'm very sure you get a job. People will give you job without any doubt. So fine, anyhow, we'll talk about it later. Let's take this for T1 in folder size. All these are tuples, right? Each time we iterate this list, we get one tuple in the form of a folder and value size. So we are just saying tuple. Now you take total size. You can directly do size total here. There are many ways, friends. I'll show you. You can apply comprehensions. I'll show that in tomorrow's session. Total size equal to 0. Set it to 0. This you have to set it not here, but on top of for loop. This for loop, or otherwise you can directly put it. This here it should be fine. On top of inner for loop, inside outer for loop. This is the best place to declare this total size and initialize to 0. Right. Next one. Finally, I think we are almost coming to the end of this method implementation. What is that I should do now? So this iterates list. Every time list iterates, one tuple is copied to T1. Okay, or you can just say some TUP. That should be fine. Now, what is that I should do? From this tuple, I should get size. Anyhow, I am working with by default. When I iterate for one time, one project details are one project details are iterated or extracted. So right now it might be library, and the list of all that library data is copied to this project and dummy variables folder size. Right now, what do you do here? Simply, you can simply do one thing. From this tuple, just get size. You know, right? Tuple has indexing. This is 0. This is 1. Extract all that sizes 1 from the tuple. We don't need folder names now. So what do you do? If you don't need folder name, simply you can say size equal to tup of 1. Tup tuple of 1 represents a second value. Tuple of 0 represents first value in any tuple, because each tuple is just in the form of key value. Always keys, what is that? First value is that folder name, and second value is size. So here, just get that size here. And finally, simple solution is what? Just take, this is much more, I am doing it. This is actually a beginner way of doing this. We will just simplify this with comprehensions. Okay. Now, total size equal to total size plus size. That's all over. And finally, what is that I told you to construct a dictionary. Get a total project size dictionary. Just add here DICT. Make more sense. Now, finally, I get size here. Now you take this dictionary. Once you do sum of all sizes, now this will just, when you iterate this inner loop, this will do the sum of all sizes on some project. It might be library, or it might be project, or it might be teaching info. Right. So this gives you sum of all sizes in some project, in a project. Now, finally, what is that? Construct the dictionary after you get this sum. Okay. How do you construct? Simple. Here you copy this project size, means project. It has both project and size of some project equal to, just simply add total size. So this will just simply creates a dictionary with project name and total size of each project. We are done here, friends. I think we are done. This simple block creates whatever whatever size we want here, whatever dictionary we want to create. Got it, right? This block will do this simple job for us. Now, finally, once this is done, what is that I should do? A return project size dict. We are done, friends. And finally, just to see the output, go to the driver program. From driver program, just call this and pass this student dict to this method, which is that get total project size dict. And this returns what? This returns a dictionary. What is a dictionary? That dictionary is project size dictionary. So means it has both project and total size. That is the dict. And now finally print this one. Right now run this. You should get just 3 key value pairs. Run this now. Last one you can see here. Library has 620 GB of data altogether. Transport has 950 GB. Teaching info has 800 GB. So this is what I asked you. We are seeing that here. And this is how we have to create our this thing. This is task 3. We have so many tasks like this. Now we have to plot this dictionary onto a bar chart and for analysis purpose, just to show how much data that each project is occupying for the product owner. Suppose product owner is asking like that. We have to do it in tomorrow's session. So let me just okay again paste this code. Somebody told tomorrow. Okay, sorry, Bala, I didn't see that. Otherwise, I would have stopped it.
No,
Okay.
sir.
I know it's not that easy to keep on listening. Okay, now I have pasted this last code snippet as well. Just take that. All of you are following. First thing, just want to ask you, are you following, friends?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
How about that? Yeah, thank you. Still, if you have any issue anywhere, you have access with me. You can connect after class or you can connect on weekends. Make sure you are getting it. That's it, friends. Okay.
One request. Can you please provide the previous recordings?
Yes, Harshini, you have all that in YouTube. I have posted. So we have everything is there. We are everything made available to our learners. Nothing I'll show you, just quickly show you. Let me show you that. I think I opened so many things, forget to today close that. Let me show. It's taking a while. Okay, this is our YouTube channel. Gnome Tech is our YouTube channel. Okay, and then you can see here. So if you come here, I'll just share you here itself in the chart. Okay, you can go through them. Also, you have two different lists. Okay, let me show you. So you can see this is playlist. Only these three sessions, today's and next two more sessions, I should share in the upload to YouTube. Other things are already available. So this is
Okay, I'll check
this,
it.
this is our current happening sessions, Python for everyone. So there is one more Python, right? This also has all the data, but this is something we did some 5-6 years back when I was in Vachusa. Okay, you can go if you want, you can try this, but I recommend you go through Python for everyone because this has more project based learnings. Okay, more than what you have. I don't say this is bad, but this has much more useful content for you. So you can try anything from this. Okay, you have all those classes uploaded here. You can have a list of classes somewhere, I think. You can try it, Harshini. And if you have any issues, if
Yes, I
any
will try.
questions, any doubts, you can, if anyone can connect, friends. It's not like, so
Yeah, sure.
what the goal is, if someone has real passion and interest, genuine interest to upskill, right? I would like to help them. That is the only goal. Nothing more than that. That's all, friends, for today. Still, if you have anything, so you can feel free to improve yourself. So only thing is to improve yourself. You can always take my help. That's all. And also please share this with your friends, known people, everyone. If you think it's worth.